My friends, let's go back in time for this one. Back almost 50 years ago to 1975. You had a beach, a shark, and something new in the movie business. The Blockbuster. Now, skip ahead to a couple years later when a galaxy far, far away called to youngins like me and to older folks as well. And after that, movies were really never the same again, shifting from an introspective drama-based thing to larger-than-life popcorn extravaganza. And you know the names, Steven Spielberg, George Lucas. Those names resonate in Hollywood like deities, shaping many generations' perception of what real events each film could be. And then in 2008, something new arrived, something that would make those two iconic names and every blockbuster that came before it feel like an appetizer of sorts. That something, of course, was Iron Man, and with it, the Marvel Cinematic Universe was born, a brainchild of Ike Perlmutter and a few others. Along with it came actors and characters that were the very best of the time, with storylines that were designed to enthrall and entertain. We began a stretch of time with caped crusaders and superpowered battles and a shiny spectacle to keep our brains seduced and our eyeballs glued to the screens. We've reveled in that excitement before, and we've had a blast. We thought it would last forever. But boy, oh boy, were we wrong. How wrong? According to a recent Variety article, which I'm sure you've heard about, they note that there's little else on the horizon to replace it. To me, that seems like something fun to talk about. So, here we go! As we're watching the gears of Feige's Marvel machine slowly come loose and the excitement fade faster than Kathleen Kennedy's portrait in a Southern home's attic, we're left wondering, what's next? What follows this epic era of superheroes? And dare I ask, can it be something better or will it be worse? And just to reiterate, the Marvel movie-making engine, once running on high-octane fuel, is sputtering on, well, some undesirable characters and some terrible writing, along with a bunch of divisive politics to, What's worse is its sequels often seem like retreads, and the magic of spending years to develop characters, building to things like the Avengers, are now distant echoes of a brilliant past, a time laid waste by those politics injected into everything that Disney does, and will be doing for the foreseeable future. If this week's Marvels becomes a box office letdown, it won't just be Marvel in trouble. It'll be a sign that even the most dedicated fans are weary of the franchise's unending neo-Marxism radical political offer. It will also be a sign that Disney is now a complete failure. So the question, I guess, or the one that we face here today, is what lies ahead? Marvel is now essentially dead, so what will be the new thing? I can't be the only one asking this. I mean, Variety surely sparked 1,000 questions last week and this weekend with that amazing article. They're asking the same question themselves right now in a different article that inspired this actual video. Many, including Scorsese and Tarantino, consider the MCU a blight on movies, a destructive contagion of repetitive, divisive storytelling and CGI overload that overwhelmed a bloated mainstream cinema. What's funny is its heel turn that turned yet another boy brand into a girl brand led to its incredibly rapid demise. Doesn't even seem like the majority of former fans will mourn said ultimate demise. Now, the trades are advocating for return to movies for grown-ups with quality writing, brilliant acting, true human drama with actual stakes for change. And the shared experience in theaters where stories provoke our thoughts, elicit emotions, and ignite conversations are the ones being pushed. And I would argue that most of the films that fail to provide blissful entertainment are not the most successful to the broadest audience, but I'm not an award snob. Films just need to provide escapism from the everyday. That's all that anyone can really ask for, and of course expect. But let's be realistic. The onslaught of mind-numbing blockbusters began before Marvel even got going. But that really wasn't a bad thing. The craving for larger-than-life escapism has been entrenched in our culture for decades, stretching back to Spielberg and Lucas, who we talked about before. It's definitely part of a legacy that extends into the present where blockbusters will always dominate the landscape. So let me be crystal clear here. Expecting a magical turn to the days before Marvel and the Marvel era means people need to come up with some new ideas and not rehash the old ones. We need to understand that it's not just about the mindless part of the entertainment. It has to be engaging. In every sense, this is about us, the moviegoers, audience. And I know people may be tired of hearing this, even though recently it's been proven incredibly effective. We need to vote with our dollars. And Hollywood produces what we pay for. That feedback loop is what informs the studio's actions. Too much cult-like political behavior gives us empty Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar, all that schlock. And Disney hasn't made a great thing in a very long time. So what is a world after Marvel? Because that's the big question here. And it seems pretty clear. Superhero spectacles need to be replaced with something equally nourishing. The recent success of Five Nights at Freddy's and Super Mario Bros. Movie probably should inform the next big push. It already has. Video game adaptations are hitting their stride, captivating audiences with some fresh experiences. I actually think I did a segment about this over on that place recently, and you can certainly go check that out over there. The infiltration of video games into our cultural fabric is like the rise of comics back in the day. Past, present, new. You're going to have a massive era of cinema based on games. But this transition won't be easy, and so far it's really just Universal that seems to have the special sauce here. It's not just about the films, it's about sticking to the storied tales within the games, and it's about how the audience feels about the way the adaptation adds to the established lore on a new form of media. It's about choosing substance over spectacle and depth over superficiality. Are we willing to embrace that kind of a change? I know I am. I mean, can we really reshape our movie-going habits and demand stories that challenge our minds, touch our hearts, and resonate in our souls? And of course, if I were answering that, I'd say I think so. I think that's all kind of what we're looking for. So the reign of Marvel is well past ending. Let's just be honest about it. But the future of film is clearly in our hands, because if you vote with your hearts and your minds and your wallets to reclaim our pop culture, if we really, really do that, the best of both worlds awaits. The thrill of popcorn flicks and the depth of meaningful storytelling, that would be a thing, wouldn't it? Please feel free to leave your thoughts about today's video down below in the comments section. And leave a like if you want more things like this. In fact, leave a like anyway, because I keep doing these every day. Also, please subscribe if you're not already, as our goal of 15K subscribers by the end of the year is still possible with support. Don't you want to be a part of that? Of course you do. And with that, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya!